title of this one is Goodbye, Goodwill. No, I'm not leaving thrifting Goodwill for good, but this is a thrift montage video where I am really just scouring out other thrift stores in my area. I really do that all the time, but I've been doing it way more lately. I'm just interested in getting out of the Goodwill box. In this area, at least, Goodwill prices are for sure the highest. I would say they also have the nicest stuff because people just tend to donate their nicest stuff to Goodwill is what it seems, or maybe they just receive the most donations, whatever it is. But there is so much other good stuff when you step out of the Goodwill doors and go into like your community thrift store, the no-name one or the one that's just like not a nationwide chain one. And so that's what this video is checking out other thrift stores and just getting some really good prices on stuff and hope to get a good return. Welcome to Early Bird Picker. My name is Rafa. I'm a reseller on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Amazon. Headed into one of my favorite thrift stores that I recently just found. They have really good deals and I usually come out with like a cart full of stuff. Let's go see what we can find to flip today. Watch enough part-time pickers to learn that I really want to be looking out for vintage bedding. Got vintage Shear bedding here, paid $2.99 for the set. Not a fan of selling tennis rackets, just an odd thing about me. Paid $3.99 for this head graphite director tennis racket though. I make great money selling tennis rackets. I don't know really why. I don't like selling them. Got the cover with it, always a plus. Vintage workout equipment can go for great money. This is AbFlex. Paid $2.99 for this. It's 1990s. Decided I need to test it out, and I'm pretty sure I'm not doing it correctly. Although it seems the only way that I can figure out how it works. Not sure how it's working my abs though. I don't think I'm doing it right. It seems to work though. Didn't think this one fully through. My shipping kryptonite, long, wide, and shallow. Finally, I decided to look this one up. It's been here for a couple weeks and I've passed it over. It is a drum practice pad. These can go for a couple $100. Other brands, I can't find this exact one of this exact brand, but I believe I should get pretty good money for it. I only paid $2.99 for it. Fought with this for years and years when I worked in retail. I hate loading these guns. They're so difficult. Pretty sure it's worth money. I'll look it up. I've definitely sold these before. These are like iron head covers and they sell for really good money, and there's a ton of them here, which is awesome. Some other golf stuff too that I'll look through, but I know for certain these kind of like, not even sure what material this is, but they're a quarter each. I'm gonna pick all of them up. Set of 10 sells for $20 plus shipping. I picked up 25 total. $4 for these Felco wire cutters. Should go for like 25 plus shipping. Really, I just have a really good feel to them, nice quality. If you've never worked in any type of retail environment, this is an Avery price gun, so it's basically, it makes these stickers right there that's on it. They're asking 99 cents for this. I tested it, it is working, it's got some tape in it, and it should go for between 20, 25 plus shipping on eBay. Got some Under Armour heat gear, kind of like an orange and navy, like stretch polo. They're asking $6.99, that's too much. Didn't end up buying these, but I did want to talk about them. This is an older Nike Sprint spike. You can see it has actual spikes in the forefoot of it. Very little heel. This is meant to keep someone on their forefoot when they're running track and field. This is for someone racing 100 meters up to 400 meters track and field event. My video messed up on this item, but this is a Coca-Cola branded Texas Rangers Fedora Hat Night, and I believe I paid $1.99 for this one. Should sell up to 25. Vintage Rubbermaid dish drying rack. This is a BOLO item. These can resell for between 20 up to 50 bucks, paid $2.99. Came out of there spending $36.27 after tax. Unfortunately, I was really afraid this was going to happen. The price gun that was worth such good money was the store's price gun. It was just laying on the shelf. Someone had forgot to like take it to the back. And so unfortunately, that was going to be one of the good money makers from that store. We didn't come away with that one. Other than that, everything else I showed, pretty much I picked up. To To be honest, this almost never happens to me. What happened to me this week, I went thrifting several times. The place that I lately been going thrifting to get my stuff for less than $1, they close at 5 o'clock. And I've been getting off work where a lot of days I just didn't have time to both film my stuff that I was picking up at the thrift store and to just thrift as much as I wanted to. So I just did several hauls, and I thought I'd go through them pretty quick with you this evening to show you what all I got the last week of thrifting. So here in the nest we have several hauls. This is one day's haul, that's another day's haul, that's another day's haul, and I got another haul in my truck. All right, here's the first lot. Got 4 items, paid $2, 50 cents per item. Couldn't pass these up. Have you guys ever seen me pick up VHS? I just don't do it just because, I don't know, I just don't, for whatever reason, like spending the time to see which ones are worth it, like Disney movies, and I don't know, I don't want to have to watch them to make sure that they're working and everything. So whenever I see used VHS, I just pass them up. But for some reason, these stood out to me. I think it was the shiny plastic on them. We've got 2 new sealed in the plastic in sync Britney Spears, your #1 video requests and more. Looks like they're from 2000, so they're vintage, obviously, they're VHS. Hope to get between 8 and 10 for each of these in new condition. They're selling for quite a bit more on Amazon, but unfortunately, I'm restricted in selling this on Amazon. No big deal. Got a vintage Anchor Hawking Food Keepers. Only one of these. It's supposed to have a lid. This is supposed to be part of like a 7-container lid series. I only have one. There's only one other listed on eBay for $80 plus shipping. They took a best offer, so even if I could get $10 for this, that would be great. I only paid 50 cents. Here is the best one of this haul. This is chef's wear. I'm not sure if it's vintage or not, but I'm kind of thinking that it might be just based on how the handle is. Anyway, this is an awesome brand. Even without the lid, this is going to go for between 30 and 40. And you can see the bottom has wear, but the inside, really, really nice condition. I'd call this like very good condition. This is going to be a definite BOLO brand for me, chef's wear. Here's our second lot. I lost a sticky note on this one that said how much I paid for it, but I know for certain it was under $1 per item. And check out what you notice about this lot. Plush. I've talked a lot about in the past how I don't like doing plush, but I ended up making some pretty good money on one fairly recently, and so I've decided that I'm not going to let it be something that I just hate doing, so I avoid doing it. There's good money to be made, and so I'm going to keep sourcing it until I find enough good ones that I make good money. I end up liking it. This first one that we have is Build-A-Bear brand, which I've always heard Build-A-Bear brand can be pretty good. And I believe this is like Disney Palace Cat or something along those lines. Hoping to get 15 for it. Found this random calculus textbook in the thrift store. I never find textbooks in this particular thrift store, college textbooks at least. It's in pretty good condition. I scanned it on Amazon, of course. Unfortunately, I'm restricted in selling it. It was worth picking up though because the rank is under 1 million, so that means it's selling pretty fast. If you're new to book selling, as a general rule, 1 million or higher rank or lower rank, basically the closer it is to #1, between 1 and 1 million, that's a good book to pick up. It means it's selling pretty fast. On eBay, this book is selling in used condition between $15 and $25 plus shipping. Paid less than $1, worth it all day. You got 3 vintage space makers. I like picking these up. There's my death pile / just items waited to be listing. I don't see them, but I have a whole stack of space makers over there somewhere. Now I'm interested where they are. Oh, there they are. So I got a whole stack of 4 right there going. Gonna add these to the stack and sell them as a lot. That is, if I can get them cleaned up. You can see this one's got some markings on it. This one's worse, more markings. Then this one's the very worst. I'll spend about a minute or two trying to get that marker off with like Goo Gone. If I can't get it off, I'll probably just try to sell them in the lot as they are. And then if they don't move at all, then I'll chunk them, or just not chunk them, but give them back to the thrift store. On vintage space makers in a condition where there's not markers in them and there's no cracks, should expect in a lot to get between $5 and $8 for them. So if you can lot them up, you can make some pretty good money on them. Got a vintage 1971 Warner Brothers by Mighty Star Bugs Bunny plush, hoping to get 15 plus shipping. Got a vintage 1992 Fisher Price Brontosaurus puff-a-lump. I think what that means is kind of like this material. I wish you guys could feel it. It feels like a sleeping bag. And so if I'm going to specialize in plush, which is weird that I'd be saying that, it will definitely be in this type of plush. I've spotted several of them. I've got some in this haul over here as well. They're super easy to spot because the material is just so different than other plush, and I'm really just kind of a fan picking up. This one's got a couple stains that you can kind of see in the light there, but overall not terrible condition. Pretty sure you can wash it. This guy goes for between $30 and $45 plus shipping on eBay. Took some risk on picking up these vintage shoes. I have absolutely no idea if they'll resell, but lately I've been pretty successful with selling poor condition used vintage shoes, so I went ahead and picked them up. These vintage Nikes, you can see, look at the toe, how much it's curling up, but here's the deal. They're basically vintage. They're from 2002, and lately it just seems like people are really into collecting vintage Nike shoes. So knowing that they'd be less than $1 at this thrift store, I thought, heck, I'm gonna take them, throw them up on eBay. If they sit for 6 months, I'll give them back to the thrift store. Same deal on these right here. Hey, I went to the dentist. That's actually not thrifted. That's just from a car. Vintage Adidas shoes, same deal on these. I think they're probably obviously from the same person. I got them out the same box in the thrift store. Not great condition, same as the Nikes, but again, we'll see if there's a market for them. Less than $1, no big deal. I really love spotting these vintage Revere wear lids. So there's one, and that's a vintage Farberware one. And so whenever I see them, my general rule is definitely less than $1, hopefully less than 50 cents. I pick them up and I stock them. And then now I'm obviously going to try to find the bottoms that go with them. You can sell these just as replacement lids on eBay, but for Revereware and Farberware, I find the pots so often without the lids. I'm just going to hold on to these and hope that I find the pots. It's actually possible that in that lot right there, I see some Farberware sticking out. I know that I have some pots in there without lids. It's possible that maybe this lid goes with one of those pots. We will see. This last one, honestly, probably wasn't worth picking up. I've always known that a BOLO is Bop It, but this one is one that was made for McDonald's, and so it's just a really cheap, flimsy toy. I really don't think it's worth selling by itself, so honestly, what I'll probably do with it, I have a lot of like handheld electronic games, and ones that are not worth reselling, I always just throw them in here and then sell them as a lot. So hopefully I can add this to this lot and sell those all together. This was all one haul right here. I still have my sticky note on this one. I paid 79 cents per item in this lot here. First up, we've got this Ping Hoofer 2 golf bag with stand. It's got a shoulder strap. I've sold this bag before in a different color, and I'm pretty sure I got about 60 bucks for it locally. You can sell it pretty well on eBay for like 60 to 100 possibly. This is a good bag. It's Ping. It's a good brand. All the zippers are working. Only issue is, I guess this must be somebody's last name, Cowley, and it's got it on the other side too. So I'm going to try to sell it locally, and I'm probably just going to ask between like 20 and 40 bucks. Like I said, Ping is a great brand, but it has somebody's name on it, so that's going to really hurt the value. But it was still worth 79 cents to me. I do think it'll sell. Next, I paid 79 cents for each of these 6 golf irons. Pretty good brand, Titleist number 981. I've got number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're missing the 9 and missing the other ones that go with it. But with the 6 that I have here, and being that they're Titleist, I do believe they'll sell for at least $50 together. And they've got a pretty nice like custom graphite shaft to it, and the grips look to be in nice condition. Next are 2 more of these kind of puff-a-lump style, the sleeping bag style plushes, bunnies from the International Silver Company, or International Silver Co. I'm gonna sell them as a lot and hope to get like 30 bucks for them. Next is this U.S. Navy Support Facility t-shirt, British Indian Ocean Territory. Only one of these is sold in new condition for like 30 bucks. It wasn't this exact shirt, but the same kind of markings on it. I thought it'd be worth picking up for, you know, less than $1. Picked up some ink, still new in the packaging in here, and I've got the black and then the color that goes with it. I'm gonna sell them as a lot for about 20 bucks. Everything else in here is a lot of Farberware. Got this one. You can see all really nice condition. Big old skillet pan. Another one with its lid, and then another one missing the lid. Here's our lid that we found at the last haul. Unfortunately, it does not fit any of these, so the search continues. Forgot about these pieces that I found. We've got like a bear. Not sure quite what material this is. Obviously some type of metal. You can hear them clinking. And then a bull. You can see they have like these screw in, like on the bottom, like they're supposed to screw into something. I've got to do some research on these, but they're nice and heavy, so just thought they'd be worth picking up. And sometimes I like to go down the wormhole on eBay trying to find stuff like this. Often I can be kind of unsuccessful, like with those Kent pots. I spend way too long trying to look them up. I don't find them, but I like to give myself a challenge sometimes, so we'll do that with these. All right, here's our last haul from today. Paid less than $1 per item. We've got a, never heard of this brand, but Kira, I think. Pretty sure it's a men's jacket. Should get about $35. Looks like that brand sells pretty well on eBay. I would say I'm a newbie at selling mid-century modern, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this would kind of classify in the mid-century modern, like color style and design. If not, tell me what I should label it as on eBay. But anyway, we've got some like paper file tray organizers. Intex LA or Intex Law. It's an Aladdin thermos. Can't find any sold comps of this one on eBay or WorthPoint. Some other ones have sold of this particular brand, not the Aladdin, but the Intex Law. But it had like a guy blowing his nose. It was like a coffee mug or something like that. Picked up these Sanooks in okay condition, not great, but not terrible. Gonna get about 10 to 15 for these. I picked up one of these just like 2 weeks ago, one of these Farberware electric griddle pans. The whole set goes for like $100. I saw this, and then later on down the line, I saw the actual like griddle that goes with it, or the rest of it. The only problem is, I believe it is missing like the power cord, and so went ahead and still picked it up because it's just worth so much money. If you have all of it together, it's worth over $100. So I don't know if I'm going to buy the cord that goes with it, try to sell it like this. TBD, but I thought it was worth the few bucks I'd pay, or less than $1 that I paid for it. This is like a Farberware double broiler insert pan. It's gonna sell for like 20 bucks. Last up, we've got this silverware, flatware, whatever you want to call it, and the brand on it is Oneida Ltd WMA Rogers A1 Plus, and there's 6 knives, 6 forks, 6 spoons, and then one of these like butter knives. So let's see, 25 total pieces, and I can't decide if I'm going to sell it with a box or not. I don't know if a lot of people just sell the flatware by itself without the box, but if it'll drive the price up, I'll send the box too. So for whatever reason, right now I'm just really into going thrifting and getting my items for less than $1. It's just like a challenge to go, how much can I make off of something that I paid less than $1 for? Even if some of these are swings and misses, not a big deal, because when you have such a low investment into each one, you can just take more risks. It's just not near as big of a deal. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Early Bird Picker. Goodbye, Goodwill. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram. Other than that, as always, I'll see all y'all in the next video.